Hello everyone, today we're going to be doing a 2024 presidential election between Donald Trump and Joe Biden if Joe Biden was a good president throughout his first term. And when I say good president, I mean good economic policy that would keep the economy great, like for example, low gas prices, low food prices, and if he was better at foreign policy because the Afghanistan withdrawal was a complete disaster. So yeah, let's go ahead and get straight into this. Let's go ahead and fill out the safe states. These are the states we know are going to be voting for each candidate. Keep in mind, this is purely hypothetical. None of this is actually going to happen because, Joe Biden wasn't that good of a president during his first term. I'm not going to bet some of these states that would normally be safe under Donald Trump's column because I just don't feel like they would be able to get over 15%. And by the way, all my margins are going to be in the description down below if you want to see. So now we're going to do the Democrat states, and this is going to include the West Coast. Keep in mind, these are the safe states still. Hawaii, Colorado, Illinois. I'm not going to include Minnesota. I think it's but only voted for Biden by 7.1 last time. And then let's see, definitely New York and most of the Northeast here. And then we're also going to include Maine's first district. No New Hampshire because, it's not going to do that. And now let's go ahead and move into the likely states for each candidate. For Donald Trump, this is going to include Missouri, Kansas, Indiana, South Carolina, and Alaska, and Montana. Now, all these states, they normally be pretty safe with the exception of South Carolina and Alaska. But in this hypothetical scenario, since Joe Biden is a good president, more people are going to be inclined to vote for him. And keep in mind, Joe Biden doesn't have as much bad or negative rhetoric as Donald Trump. Donald Trump was still a good president, but at the same time, the problem was his rhetoric was what ruined him. So now let's go ahead and move into the states that are most likely going to go for the Democrats. This include New Mexico, Minnesota, Virginia, New Hampshire, my bad. And then I'm not going to include, we might be able to include Michigan. Because realistically, it voted for Biden in 2020 by 2.8%. And if we look at the governor's race, Whitmer won by 10.5%. So I'm debating whether or not I should put it there. It's definitely either going to be lean or likely. Just for fun, since it's a hypothetical scenario, we're just going to put it in the likely column. And now let's move on to the other states, which are pretty competitive. So now, and we got to get Maine at large too in that column. So now we're going to move into the Republican states that lean towards him. There's not many. I'm going to put Iowa and Ohio in that column because if you look at last time, Trump won it by 8 and 8.2. I don't think Biden's going to be able to win these, even though Obama won them in 2008 and 2012. But I just don't see him having a chance in those states. Now for Texas, is also going to be going into the lean column. Now for Biden's states that he's going to win by a lean margin, I'm going to say Pennsylvania is definitely going to be one of them, along with Arizona. And there's a chance that Georgia could go for Biden by a lean margin because it went for Warnock by 2.8, and that was against a Trump-backed candidate, Herschel Walker. So, and Kemp, who distanced himself from Trump, won by 8%. So it is very likely that Georgia could be a lean state for Joe Biden if he was a good president. So now we got 4 major places left, 5 actually, because I forgot about Nebraska's 2nd district. So yeah, I'm going to end with Florida because that's going to be the most interesting because in this scenario, if Biden's a good president, it's a little more unlikely Ron DeSantis is as popular as he is right now. So yeah, we're going to start north and then we're just going to go south. And so, all right, so starting with Maine's 4th district, or 2nd district, my bad. It's going to be, I think, tilt Republican because if you look at 2020, Trump won it by 7.4%. I don't think he's going to lose that much support in that much time. And then, let's see, Wisconsin. I think Joe Biden can. He might actually even be able to get a. There's a chance Biden actually might be able to win Wisconsin by a lean margin because realistically, if you look at the last election, he almost did. He got 0.63. But if you look at the governor's race, Evers won it by 3.4%. And the incumbent for the Senate, Johnson, he only won by 1%, which is not that good. So now we got 4 places left. Let's go ahead and get Nebraska's 2nd district out of the way. I think it's going to be likely Democrat, and then Nevada. if we look at the last election, Biden won it by 2.4%, and if you look at the midterms, um, Lombardo, the governor candidate for the Republicans, won by 1.5%, and Laxalt lost by 0.78%. This state has been trending towards Republicans, so I'm going to leave it in the tilt column for Joe Biden. And then now we got North Carolina and Florida. For North Carolina, Trump won it by 1.3 last time, and in the midterms, the Senate, Bud won it by 3.2%. I'd say Biden might be able to pull through with it because, Obama won it in 2008 and Biden was the vice presidential candidate at the time. And realistically, Trump only won it by 1.2%, 1.3%. And since in this scenario, Biden is really popular and does good, he's easily going to be able to win in North Carolina, I believe. And now the big one, Florida. Florida is going to be a tricky one. Trump won it by 3.4 in 2020. It voted for DeSantis by 20, and it voted for Rubio by 16. But the problem is, in this scenario, if Joe Biden is extremely popular, it is very possible that DeSantis wouldn't be as popular as he is now. In the midterms, he might have performed way less than he did. It's going to be a hard one, but I believe if Joe Biden was actually a good president, he might be able to win it in 2024. I almost forgot to take away the margin so you could just see the map. So yeah, I think Biden has a very good chance in this scenario to pull through with a victory. I don't see why it wouldn't happen. The only reason it's not happening in 2024, this in the real world, is because, Joe Biden is not that good of a president. So yeah. So yeah, guys, here is the map without margins. And yeah, that's my election prediction, y'all. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Let me know things you would change in this map personally. And yeah, I hope you all have a good day. See ya.